that, but I'm saying
No,
you're
you're the
saying
one
that.
who's arguing. You're the one
Yeah,
who's
you're
arguing. So
saying that
Oh,
we're.
I'm
you
not
have the
arguing
burden of
anything.
proof.
I'm
You
not arguing
literally just called
anything.
me. Listen. You
Exactly.
literally
I
just called
pointed
me a
out the
slave
fact.
mine. You said I'm a
Exactly.
slave. You said que soy un campesino. That I don't know all this stuff.
No,
And
no,
then when we
Gabriel,
ask you to explain
you
yourself,
said
you
that
go,
we're.
I can't explain myself
No, no, no.
because.
You're saying that we're slaves.
This would be then. What do you think is the reason why they want to do that?
Why they want to do what? Change America
Eliminate
to
eliminate freedom, eliminate choice, eliminate sovereignty,
get more power, bro.
eliminates the
At the
right
end,
to
freedom
Okay,
of
so
speech.
going back to, for my personal opinion, and it's going back to the original argument that we talk about everything in the beginning, is what I was saying is that for me, all the systems are the same. The semantics just change because the way that I view the world is like farms. You have the Chinese farm, you have the British farm, and that's why I find what Miguel said quite silly because he said, we have the monarchy is gonna protect us from becoming like that farm. It's like
no,
a
that's
sheep
not
and a
what I said.
That's
That's
not
not
what
what
he
I
said.
said.
That's not what he said.
no,
He's
no,
That's not
no,
what I
it's not.
said. No, the thing
Literally,
is that
wait, wait, wait,
you
wait,
understood
wait.
it like that. You
Okay,
understood it like that because you have a soft spot for the CCP. I don't.
no,
I know
no,
how horrible these people are. I know how
no.
evil they are. But I get it. You live in China. You have to, you have
Listen,
to
listen,
abide
listen.
Bro,
by the law of the
How you
land.
how you said it, how you explained it is literally like
No,
a
I
sheep
literally
behind
said
a
no,
people.
no. I literally said they seemingly look like they would work as a buffer to communism.
But that's exactly what I'm trying to say. That's my point. My point is you're a sheep in a cage and you're laughing at another sheep in another cage and you're saying, man, man, we have a monarchy, man. Look at them. We're not gonna become like them, man,
But we're
man.
not.
That's what I'm saying.
We're
But
not.
that's what I'm. But that's
But we're not
exactly
because
that's
we
what you're saying.
haven't. No,
But
because there's
Miguel, you have
people.
to
There's
fix your
look.
camera because
that's
you're
my
cut.
point.
There's people.
That's my point.
There's a girl in the.
I don't care
There's a
what you're
girl.
saying. I don't care what you're saying. What I'm saying is that that's what I believe. I
Okay, okay,
believe
okay.
Yeah.
But
that
the question,
you're in a
Okay.
yeah,
farm.
but you
the
can't
question now
compare.
Okay.
I
is,
Okay. Let me
mean,
ask you a
espérate.
question.
In a farm.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. How
I'd
many
rather be a
Chinese
sheep in his
people?
farm,
Wait a
though.
Wait,
second.
exactly.
I,
How many
I
Chinese people do you know? How many Chinese people do you know have 15 children? 15 kids. Zero. Why? Because they all had to abide by the one child, two child policy in China. Okay, so don't say that one farm is better, that they're all the same. Because some farms are better than other farms. Okay, so
yeah.
if you're gonna be
yes,
a sheep, if you're gonna
but
be a sheep in this farm, I'd rather be in a sheep
exactly.
with
But
a
that's
monarchy that is gonna be a
bro. That
buffer
was
to
my
the
whole
sheep
point.
farm that a lot of people have to live in. A lot
So
of
that
people in
that was
China.
my whole point.
And
That's what
now, of
my
course,
whole point was.
ahora los chinos quieren hablar con la boca llena.
No, but that but,
Llena de comida. Why? Because they
that
can
was
buy some technology. Big
bro.
deal.
But that was my whole
They're
point in
still a
the
bunch of
beginning. That
freaking
was my whole
slaves.
point. My whole point from the beginning was exactly that. That I found what you were saying was silly because for me, we're all in a farm, and to say that my farm is better than that farm is not fixing the problem.
Well,
That's
no
where I'm
one's
coming.
trying to fix the
I'm saying,
problem. I was trying to say, at least in our farm, we don't have to, have two kids if we don't want to. We
yes,
can have
that's why I
more.
found it silly.
We can have
But that's
six.
why I found it exactly, and that's why I found it silly. That's why I say for me
Dude,
this
you
is
guys don't
a
even
silly
have cash
argument.
in China anymore.
But my whole point it was exactly that. My whole point is I'm not defending this farm or that farm. My whole point was like the
No,
levels
you're
of
saying the farms are exactly the
no,
same. You should never say that. Anyways, let's just change it.
Yeah,
Let's
I
go
guess
back to
I
what we
guess the
were
question
saying.
is why is the
The-
world creating farms and why are we going in the way we're going where all
No,
all the
because we
mundial
have
I
to.
think
Because
that's
we
kind of
have
a
to.
basic
We
question.
need
I
to
think that's
have. We need to have systems. We need to have
yeah. No,
political systems, and we
I'm
no,
need
not
but
to
the
saying
have.
that we
political
don't.
systems don't have
I'm
to
just
be
saying that
retarded though.
the question that you
Yeah,
propose
and the
is kind of
monarchy isn't
basic.
retarded. That's what I was trying to say.
The question that you propose is kind of basic because you're just saying like, oh, why would they want to do this? But it's pretty self-evident. So I
Yeah,
think we should ask.
listen. You have to feed. Look, you have to feed millions of people. You have to house millions of people. You have to make sure that these millions of people don't become civil. Like there isn't any
I
civil
don't I
unrest.
disagree
That
with
they're
Miguel.
happy.
Again, I mean I'm on a completely different frequency. I
No, I
I
think the
completely
reason
Well,
why they want to have
you don't believe that the government has a responsibility to make sure that people
I
have
Exactly.
basic
I 100%
modicum of
agree with you. And that's where all the jibber jabber that you just said in the last hour goes down the toilet, bro. Because my point of view is I hate government, all forms of government, including the monarchy, including the CCP. So every time you say you have a soft spot for the CCP, you have no idea where I'm coming from. And where I disagree with you more is when you say the government has to do this, the government has to do that.
no,
You know why?
I didn't say
No,
they have to. I didn't say they
that's right.
have to. I said I
And
didn't say they have to. I didn't say they have to. That's the
what
only
the
reason.
government has to do, fuck all.
No,
That's what the
that
government
no,
has to do.
that's the point of their
That's what
existence.
you know what the government has to do. They need to fuck off. That's what they need to do. And that's where I'm coming from. People should be independent. That's
So
Dude,
where I'm
that's
so
coming
wait a
from.
that's
minute,
That,
but
that,
Miguel.
that's
that's
not
So
something.
true. But that's
I have
not
No,
a I have,
true.
I have a
That's a
question,
no,
Miguel.
lie.
no,
That's
no.
a lie
You
because
don't need to know what I'm
99.9%
saying.
of people are
So wait a
retarded
minute. So wait a minute. So
and
you
they need
think
somebody to tell
No,
them
that's
what
not
to
true.
do.
I disagree
That
with you
is
again.
true.
I disagree with you again. 99% of the people are retarded because of government institutions like school, universities, and all the fucking shit that they've been shoving us down the throat
Nah,
for the
no way,
thousands of
no way.
yes.
Dude, how can you explain? How can you explain that we live in the most vibrant, richest, most knowledge resource available society that humans have ever lived in, yet people are the most retarded or most stupid than they ever have been?
Bro,
Don't tell me
it's
that, oh, if you
it's
let
a
people
social
to do
engineering.
whatever they're gonna do, everyone's
Look,
It's
just gonna
social
blossom
engineering.
into some beautiful
No, it's social
Einsteins.
engineering. It's the
Bullshit,
guy.
not true, it's a
It's
lie.
no, social
It's a lie.
engineering.
look.
It's civil
Uh,
engineering and the
Dude,
the
but
private schools.
if people were so bright, like you were saying, then all this social engineering wouldn't work,
but
would
I
it?
have a question, Miguel.
What
Don't you think
social
wait,
engineering?
Miguel, don't you think the government and the people at hand are trying to make people dumber?
Well, I just disagree with you. That's it.
No, of
I just
course
disagree
not.
with
Why
you.
would they want to try and
Look,
make people dumber? It's not
because
about
no, no,
making
look,
people dumber.
no,
It's
I
just
disagree
about
with you
making
there.
people work. That's
No,
it.
no,
That's all they
yeah,
need. It's
but
just people to work. That's all.
they wanna atomize people. They wanna atomize people.
Dude, you have to understand that society and the whole everything that you see in existence is a system. It's like a
that
cell. Everything needs
us
to work. The garbage
is a
needs to go
system that
out.
is
The water
perverted,
needs to
that is
come
corrupt.
in. The lights need to go on. The electricity needs to flow. It's a system.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
but
a
Because
then
the
system
guy in
that
his
is corrupt.
multi-million
It's a,
pound house
it's a,
needs to be able to call and say,
no,
"Oh, send me a
it's a,
Domino's."
it's a
And the
system
whole
that is
system needs to be.
it's a system that is corrupt. It's a system that is perverted, and it's a
Yeah,
system
because
that is fake.
humans are corrupt and
It's a system
perverted.
that
It's
is
not
fake.
because the system is bad. It's because humans are the issue
No,
here is not the system. The issue here is people. Dude, God created the best system that humans could even think of. God created it, and we still managed to fuck it up.
yeah, but you can't
True.
deny the fact that nowadays like the government is pushing for
I
things that
just
don't really
have
make
to disagree
sense.
with Gabriel on like people
Because
being
I
able
think
to
Gabriel is mixing.
independently run
I think
themselves. I don't
mm,
think human beings have the capacity to just
No,
govern themselves.
no, obviously, like the majority of the
uh,
population has a below sub IQ, so they wouldn't be able to
but
like
why would you?
function
No, but it's not even if
properly.
you weren't below sub IQ.
Yeah,
It's not even that's not even the point. You
mm.
want to outsource that as just a normal, even as an intelligent person, you would want to outsource that because people don't. You don't want to spend your time solving all the problems that a society can solve for you. You know what I mean? Don't steal. Now you have to
Mm,
set up a vigilante group to make sure people
mm.
don't steal. Yes, it's called the police. It's a system that we've created so that then we can outsource that job to a guy who wants to be out driving in the middle of the night, making sure that people don't get robbed. You see what I mean? Everything is a
I
system, and
don't
we
agree.
create these systems so we can outsource this work to people who want to do it. Because
but Gabriel, would
generally
you have what,
speaking,
Mm,
like an anarchist society that does
I
that?
don't even know what society, what
no,
system Gabriel would try and create. Imagine having 30 people in a
no.
house trying to live in that house for a month. The only way to make that
Mm,
work is to have a good system where
no, I
everybody has
totally.
to do
So
something.
you think
And
the system
obviously,
nowadays is
the
a good
best way.
system, Miguel?
No, but I think it's the best system we've been able to come up so far based on what we know of human, the human character
But
and
what
the
do you say about
human,
this social
like,
propaganda now that they're putting out there about like in a
but,
couple
but that has nothing to do,
come on
that
que that
has
has
nothing to
nothing to
do
do.
with the
That's all part
system.
of the system.
No, no, no. What I mean is that it has nothing to do with the system in terms of, oh, we need to change the system. No, it's not got to do with we need to change the system. because the system is
Oh,
going to stay the same. What they
I
need to
guess
do.
it's change the people that are in charge of the system, that because
No,
the agenda that they're
No, no.
putting out is
maybe
What they're
I'm
trying
too.
to do now. Look, what you guys are missing is what's happening right now is that we were in a patriarchy. Okay, that's what's happening right now. We were in a patriarchy where everything
Mm.
was designed for and exclusively for men's way of viewing the world, and that is changing now. We're going into a gynocentric order, so everything is going to become feminine. That
Miguel
is
is a
literally
slave.
what's happening in the world right now.
That's the
yeah,
problem
but
with
that's
Miguel.
gonna
Miguel is
be
a slave,
that's gonna be a
and
detriment to
and
the society,
I
because as we're
Of
already
the,
seeing,
course,
I'll
of
say
course,
it's not
because
going
we've
to
never done that before.
it's not gonna go in
Dude,
a positive
you
way.
can't
why
convert
am I
that.
a slave?
Can I hear
Why am I
Gabriel's
a
point?
slave? Why am I a slave? I
You
don't
can't
understand.
convert.
You
Have you
can't.
ever seen a monkey? Have you ever seen a monkey in a cage?
Dude, there's a zoo like 40 minutes to mine, and I go there
Exactly,
like every month or so with my son, and we go look at the
exactly.
monkeys in cages.
And what's the difference between the monkey in the cage and the monkey in the wild?
That the monkey
Uh,
in the wild doesn't
they
live in a cage.
is
They
they
The
they
monkey in
have
the wild
completely
doesn't masturbate.
the mind is completely different. Everything is different. The fruit
they're Well, it
the
depends. For
no
me, they're exactly the
Because the
same. A
monkey
monkey
in
in
the
the
cage
wild and
doesn't
a monkey in the
masturbate.
cage is exactly
No,
the
no,
same.
the monkey in the wild doesn't masturbate. That's an
Maybe I
actual
don't know.
fact. No, no,
Okay,
that's a fact. Yeah, caged monkeys are the only. The caged monkeys
I no
will
I've
jack
heard
off and
like I was hearing like I was listening to one he's a like a German guy, and then he did research about like German slaves before, like
Yeah,
historically in the Viking the times of the Vikings, and then they have some oral stories that they were passing down,
yeah.
that once you became a slave you could never change your mind to become free again. You were locked into that system. You cannot get out. You cannot
well,
open your mind anymore
I don't believe in freedom in that way though. I don't
because
think
you're a
that people
slave.
should be.
You
Maybe,
cannot
but
open your
the
mind.
thing is,
You cannot.
the
what
no,
I'm saying
my
is, I
mind is
want
very
Gabriel.
open. The thing is that
I
the
want
difference between me and you is that I'm a rational thinker.
What's
The
I am not,
the
and I
difference
Gabriel?
between
no,
What's
no
your
the
I don't
point?
difference
believe in
between
idealism like
no
you.
the
I don't
difference
believe in
between you and
idealism
me
like you.
is that you're
Oh,
a
we're gonna
slave
make
and
the world better and we're gonna fix the world.
no
I don't want to fix the world. I don't
no
want to make the world a better place. I want to get the fuck out of here. So I don't care if it's it. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna rationalize and I'm gonna think pragmatically. I'm not gonna
I
let
want to know
myself
what
get
Gabriel.
involved in these passionate, romantic, idealistic ways of viewing the
no
world because
no
that's
no no
bullshit. That's just dumb.
no no
That's stupid. Why would I do that?
no you
Do I want
I
to help
mean
the
you
Chinese people? Hell no. I don't even want to help the Venezuelan people.
mm,
What do I want to make the British people more free? No. Why? I can only view the world the way that it is, and then I can analyze and rationalize how I understand it. That's what I can do.
yeah
And what I'm saying right now is you can consider it to be slavery. Yes, absolutely. Everyone's a slave. Even the people at the top are slaves. Even the biggest billionaire in the world is a slave. He's a slave to himself,
but
but
there's
he's still a
actually
slave.
there's still people that live on the world that are free, like there's some Indian
Yeah, not
reserves
even
that live
Indian,
in the
like the guy in
Amazon,
California who
that
got
live
kicked out of his house because he couldn't pay the rent.
like the people who live in
He's
the
free.
Amazons.
So what's your point, Gabriel?
You don't have to
They
go to
still
the
have
Amazon.
What
they
was
You
your
don't
have
have to
they
go to
should
the Amazon. Literally,
they have,
You walk down a. You walk down a, any major metropolitan city in the U.S. right now has loads of free people.
Gabriel, I want to
They're
ask
called
you something.
homeless people. Those
yeah.
people are the freest people on the planet. Literally, they pay no rent. They answer to nobody. They do whatever the fuck they want.
But they're
That's
homeless.
freedom. That's what freedom looks like. That's what freedom
But
looks
they're
like in
homeless.
humanity.
But they're homeless.
Yeah, they don't have to pay. Do they have to get PhDs? Do they have to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning to get to their job on time, or
No,
pay a mortgage, or pay a loan?
no.
No, these people are the freest people on the planet. They have to do fuck all. That's their job. What's your job? Oh, my job is
But
to
it's
do
not
fuck all.
fair.
That's
I
freedom.
feel
Gabriel, I
no,
wanted
That's
but
to
it's
ask
not
freedom.
you
fair.
though. What
Dude,
was
you
No,
your
it's
can't
not
find
fair.
anybody
comparison with
freer than
the?
that. You can't find anybody
No,
freer than that.
no, it's not fair because they're already inside a farm. It's like they're already inside the cage. You understand what I mean? So they need they need
What's the difference between? No, wait.
they're
Now you're really starting to not make any
no
sense. That
no
that
they're
is
in
literally a cop out.
No, that's not a cop out. That's the truth.
Of
I
course
want
it
to
is.
hear Gabriel explain himself
Yeah.
about his kind of his.
Analogy of the
What would be
monkey
your
and the.
idealistic? What would be your idealistic
No,
farm then,
that
or system?
Well,
no,
his
no,
utopia.
no,
So we
because
have
what you
time to
guys
talk
are
about
asking me is
utopia.
stupid. It's also silly. It's also silly. It's like saying it's you have the right to kill the baby because the woman got raped because something bad happened to her. It's the same thing. It's the same argument. It's exactly the same argument. It's like you need to give me a solution because you're in the shit. You understand?
No, no, no. I'm
Because
not
you're in.
saying that, but I'm saying
No,
you're
you're the
saying
one
that.
who's arguing. You're the one
Yeah,
who's arguing.
you're
So
saying
you
that
Oh,
we're
I'm
you
not. I'm
you
not
have the
arguing
burden of
anything.
proof.
I'm
You
not
literally
arguing
just
anything.
called me. Listen. You
Exactly.
literally
I'm
just called me
pointing
a
out the
slave
fact.
mine. You said I'm a
Exactly.
slave. You said que soy un campesino. That I don't know all this stuff.
no,
And then
no,
when we
Gabriel.
ask you to explain
You
yourself,
said
you
that
say,
we're
I can't explain myself
no, no.
because.
You're saying that we're slaves as opposed to you that have a free mind. That
No, no,
you're
no,
like an
no, no,
outside
no,
thinker.
no, no,
But that's
no,
literally
You're a
what he
no,
slave as
just said.
well.
no, no,
You're a
no.
slave
Of
as well.
course,
No, he's
I'm
not
the
a slave because he's got a
I'm the
different way of.
first one to. No, I'm the first one to admit it, but I'm locked inside the system. I don't have anywhere to go. Understand? I'm already locked in the
Ah.
system. So
But I
So
it's
think
not
we
who?
fair.
all
Wait.
acknowledge. I think we
No,
all acknowledge that we're slaves within the system, though.
exactly,
Exactly.
exactly. But we're going back to my
But
point. Then
you said that you
that's what
have a
I'm.
different way of thinking about things.
Of course, that in the way that I'm totally against the farm. That's the
Yeah,
whole
but
thing.
everyone's against the
Miguel's,
farm.
no. You're still agreeing. You're saying that we still need it's the best system that we have, and
No,
it's the
it
system
is the
that we
best
built, and
system.
blah
But
blah
just
blah.
because it's the
And
best
Yeah,
system,
that's
it
what I
doesn't
mean.
mean
So
I
what
agree with the
you're saying that
system.
it's not the best system. What would be the best system? That's what I'm trying to
the
ask.
best. Okay, and my point of view, because I've actually
You
thought about
said
this
people
before.
should govern themselves.
It's like the electric
Okay,
chair, dude. It's like the electric chair.
wait.
Yes, it's bad, but it's the
Well, deja
best
que
way
se
to kill
explique.
somebody.
Yo quiero
Let,
escucharlo.
Es
let
que
me
you haven't argued with Gabriel before. Él se va ahí en una, but he's never gonna
no,
get there.
claro, no. Yo me voy a ir en una, and because I had thought it about it before.
No,
Okay.
you haven't. You're
There's
making it up
Miguel,
as
let
you
him
go
explain.
along.
Miguel, let him explain.
Okay.
What's
Yo
your
no me
system?
conozco este tigre.
there's no
Oye.
such there's no such thing as freedom because you always need to be under the law of something, right?
I just
Miguel
told
is
you
saying,
right now what
wait,
freedom is.
exactly. No, you just told me
It
right
doesn't
now
get any
that
freer than that.
no,
That is
wait,
ultimate
that's not
freedom.
true. That's not
Don't
true.
don't lie. Don't lie.
No,
Don't lie. Don't lie.
no.
Because you know that's
You,
ultimate freedom.
but let me elaborate.
Yeah,
Please
but
let me
don't lie
elaborate.
then. Elaborate, but don't lie.
Okay.
You literally
The
just said there's no such thing as freedom, and I gave you a perfect example of ultimate freedom.
Okay, and I'm disqualifying your example with with what I'm gonna say next. Your example is disqualified because these people are still under an oppressive system where they cannot eat, they cannot feed their body, or they cannot find shelter.
What you
So
mean
these
nature?
no, not nature. That's not nature. That's
That's
not
not
the city.
nature.
No, a city is not nature. Nature is something that is
Dude,
not
it
made by
doesn't
man.
matter if these people are living in the
Oh,
wilderness, in the
exactly.
forest, in the
So
jungle, or in a metropolitan city. At
and
the end of the day,
exactly
you
that.
have to feed yourself. You're
So
under
wait,
Exactly.
you're
so are
under
you?
the system.
Would you say like
But let
indigenous
me
people
elaborate.
in
You're
Let
in
me
the
Canada?
system
elaborate.
of nature.
Let me elaborate.
Yeah, but you're
Let me elaborate.
elaborating. You're making
That
lies in your
no, but
elaboration.
that's what my whole point was. My whole point was going to
No, you're
say is
saying
that
you're gonna
there's no
disqualify. You're gonna
Miguel. Please,
disqualify it.
please, please, please,
Let him talk. Let him
please.
talk.
Let me
Let him talk.
elaborate.
Es
What
que
I'm
está
saying is
diciendo
that
mentiras, señores. No
there's
lo pueden
no
dejar
such
hablar
thing as
mentira.
freedom. There's no such thing as freedom because you need to be under the law of something. And
The law of
I've
nature.
thought about exactly the law of nature of Mother Nature of the trees, the mountains, the rivers, and whatever resources you can find on that place. And that for me is freedom. If I need to choose to be under a government system or to be under the law of the land, I would go with the law of the land. Like the
So
like
one question.
So,
So one
so wait,
question.
what?
If I told you that,
Dude, I told you
if I
this guy
told you
hasn't
that,
thought about it.
no, no,
He
I'm
just
just gonna
hasn't.
ask a question. So if I told you that you could, for example, have your consciousness be put into an indigenous tribe in the Amazons that hasn't been discovered yet, you would prefer to live there than where you live now.
Can I just interject? Because everything that he just said right now makes absolutely no sense at
But
all.
I
Like
want him to
literally, it
answer.
doesn't
I
make
want
any
him to.
sense.
Can he answer that? Would you prefer to be an indigenous man in the Amazon forest, with his dick hanging out, just laying
It doesn't
around,
make
you know?
sense, dude. What he's talking
No,
about.
but
He
I'm
just
just
said
saying.
right now. He just said right now that his
So you would.
1,000%.
Okay.
would
Now
ref-
I'm gonna
100
destroy
million
his
times
philosophy
percent.
in 2 seconds. I'm gonna
Wait,
Right,
destroy
wait,
but
your
wait,
he
wait,
said
wait.
he
your
No,
he
let me.
philosophy.
wait. He just
No,
said
wait.
he
Let me.
prefers that.
Wait. Let
Yeah,
me.
no, but what
Let,
he's
let,
saying is
wait.
wrong. What he's saying
Wait.
is fundamentally wrong from a mathematical
No. No.
perspective. It's
Wait.
wrong.
Wait. Let me elaborate,
What, you're
guys.
gonna
Please.
add more sprinkles
Please.
on your cake that isn't a cake?
Let me. Let
Adding
me.
more flakes isn't gonna make it a cake.
Because
It's
Miguel,
not a
Miguel
cake.
doesn't let
It's a
anybody
piece of
talk.
poop.
He just talk, and you don't let
Dude,
anybody
because you're
talk.
lying. You're saying
Uh,
things that aren't factual, that
well,
don't make
give
any
me one.
sense at all.
Just give me 1 minute to finish, man, and
Okay,
then you
Okay,
can
dale,
say
dale,
finish.
whatever you
dale,
want to say.
dale.
Okay. So I was saying that in my own opinion, Miguel's idea about homeless people being free is disqualified because they're still under the system,
Bro.
an oppressive system that is built by men, which would
Mhm.
be in the context of a city. Okay. So I don't, for my own personal opinion, I don't view that as freedom.
Okay,
And I'm gonna
When
rebuttal that.
okay,
but okay, keep on
for
going.
me, for me, you need to choose. You want to be under which law? What law do you want to be under?
Uh-huh.
You want to be under the government law, using their fake money and living in their fake cities, eating their fake food and doing whatever their fake things in their. Okay, that you can choose that one. And Miguel says, okay, that one is the best that we have been
No,
able to
don't
do it.
tell,
Wait, wait, wait,
don't
Then
don't
wait, wait.
don't
Let him
argue for
finish. Let
me.
him
I'm gonna
finish.
make
let
Let
me
him
I'm gonna
let me
make
finish.
my
continue. Let me
argument.
finish.
You
Let me
explain
finish. Let
yourself
me
because
finish.
I'm gonna
Let me
rebuttal
finish.
every single one of
And
your points.
my point of view is that if I could choose, I would choose. And I know exactly what Miguel is gonna say, and this is what I'm gonna say. You can't. Whatever I say, what I want is is pure fiction. Is total. Is all
But
fictional.
what do you want
Why?
ultimately? That everybody lives in a hut.
Okay,
No,
that's finishing then.
no, exactly. You can't even fathom it because
Yeah, but
we
I
already
But
have.
can't believe
I wouldn't want to be
that
an
you
indigenous
Okay,
actually I
person.
Let
okay.
can't
me
So
believe
can
that
I
you
rebuttal? Can I
let me
rebuttal? Can I
finish. No, I
rebuttal?
didn't finish because I
but
didn't
but
finish.
Dude,
No,
you
I
said
didn't
one
finish.
minute, pero tiene 2 horas ahí hablando.
Oh, no, no, dos horas. No
Okay,
son dos
dale,
horas.
again.
dale, dale.
Because, because the amount of people that you have inside in the world today, there's not enough natural resources if you haven't hacked it. If you haven't hacked it, or if you haven't created like the industrialization and the infrastructure to feed this, to feed these kind of things. Because the my point of view is where I'm coming from is technology for me is actually something negative. Technology is actually when you see something getting spoiled, when something
Okay.
Okay,
is
but
getting
now you're
rotten.
talking about
Wait,
technology.
wait,
Dude,
wait,
come
wait.
on, get to
No,
the
no,
point.
wait.
Get to the point.
Yes, but
Get to the point.
technology is this technology
Wait, you were
perverts
talking about
everything.
freedom. What does
Wait,
technology have to do with freedom?
wait. It's connected. It's very close because technology is what allows the system to be perverted to the degree that is perverted today. That you have all these people that shouldn't exist actually, because
Basically
actually
he's
a
saying
natural
Okay,
He's
let
saying
him
system.
like
finish. I want him
unnatural.
to finish
Wait,
because
let me
I have to
finish.
rebuttal.
A natural system is going to kill just the right amount of people and just keep alive the right amount of people, so there could be harmony between nature and the people that live within that nature's place, right? So if you alter the system, if you start hacking the system and you start injecting technology and you start putting things inside, then you're going to have what we have today, which I'm totally against that. So what I'm saying is, for me, the ideal system is cut technology, cancel it, going back to what was before
So
the technology, before
regress basically.
technology started to prepare everything. Yes, regress, and then live in harmony as a human being. Live in harmony. Your body
Let
live in
me
harmony
rebuttal this
with
guy
it's
with
because
impossible.
he's
It's
That's nah.
your
impossible.
That's
with
okay.
your
Okay,
It's
your
okay.
impossible.
surroundings.
Can I take over now?
With
Can
your
I take
surroundings.
over now? What
Before you do,
the
I'm
last
just
five
saying
minutes of you talking, the last 5 minutes of you talking, literally got millions of people killed. That is Mao Zedong, who's the Karl Pox 101. That's
No,
literally what he tried to do.
no,
No,
yeah,
no,
no,
no. That's
yeah,
literally what he tried to
no,
do. He said
no.
technology's bad. This nonsense, and he went and he killed all these people. He killed all these people
yeah,
because of that same exact ideology that you're
yeah.
spouting.
No,
Literally,
So
exactly the
wait,
same
wait,
thing.
wait,
And
no,
yes,
Miguel. Before you
yes,
keep on going,
that's his theology
before you keep
101.
on going,
And now
can I
I'm
ask
gonna,
a
now I'm gonna,
can I
now
ask
I'm gonna
Gabriel a
no,
destroy you.
question? Can I,
And now I'm gonna.
if we
no.
get rid of technology, you don't think millions of people will die?
But that's what I'm saying. That what I'm saying can't be fathomed because we're already too far down the line. It's like you guys want to
Yeah,
fix
what you're
something that
saying
is
doesn't
already.
make sense. Basically, we understand
But
that it doesn't
the
make
thing
sense.
is
No,
that the thing is
I'm
that these
no,
points were
I'm
already raised. These points were already
okay.
raised by Ted Kaczynski when he wrote
Yes,
the Industrial Society and its Consequences. You know what I mean?
yes,
Like,
yes, exactly.
Exactly.
yeah.
I
So
Okay,
what you're
but
saying
can
is
I?
the
Can I?
Industrial
Okay, now
Society and
I'm
its
gonna rebuttal this
consequences
guy
have been a
because
disaster.
look, I'm gonna
but
rebuttal this guy because
let me.
I let
Okay,
you talk enough.
Okay,
Let me
I'm
dale,
saying
rebuttal you,
dale.
and then you
what
can give your
what I'm
second
saying.
point.
The
Let
ideal
me.
scenario for me is the Garden of Eden. That's where I'm going to.
Yeah,
The
but that's
perfect garden
impossible. Okay,
that
Miguel,
sustains.
that's
But that's impossible.
Okay, but
So
okay.
okay. So you talked a lot of stuff that didn't make
it's
sense,
impossible.
and then you
Okay,
reverted
it's
to something.
impossible. It's impossible, but it's the original idea by the creator.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
would
It's the
but
sound.
original idea
I
by the
already
creator.
established that we fucked that up.
But I think you sound
Because
as
I already
foolish
told you.
as
Because
a
Yeah,
look, if you look
communist
at
that
my
would say,
argument, look, if you
Pardon?
look at my
yeah,
argument from the beginning, look, if you look at my argument from the beginning, my argument was sound because my argument said, irrespective of how I feel emotionally connected to this argument, irrespective, I said it was the best system that we had in place compared to all the other systems,
yeah,
including the nonsensical system that you just tried to lay out
yeah,
a couple of seconds ago. Now,
yeah,
I'm going to rebuttal your statement because you said that those people that I mentioned were not the freest people. They are the freest people. They are the freest people ever to have ever existed. Why? Because they lived in the most controlled time of human history, yet they have no one to answer to. Literally, it doesn't get any more free than that. Yes, do they have anything? No, but they don't need to because they're 100% free. Now, you said that you wanted a system in which people had freedoms. People are allowed to have freedoms. That system doesn't exist
That's
because
not true. That's not
by
what I said.
nature,
That's not
by
what I said.
nature, yes, you did.
I
By
said
nature,
everybody
we
has to
can.
be under a law, and you have to choose what law you want to be under. So don't say something I didn't say.
yeah,
No,
but
no,
within the
And I
law,
say
but
you need
within
you
the
said,
law of
but you
nature.
said no, but you said that that law, you said that that
no.
law
You
was
need to
either Mother
choose. You need to
Nature
choose
or
which one. Exactly.
society
Look,
or yeah,
Gabriel, I
Exactly.
exactly.
also,
And I'm
Gabriel,
saying, and I'm saying that that's not true, and I'm saying that that's not true
and
Did
because
I,
I just say that?
I don't
Did I
believe
just
in the
say that?
law of nature. There is no such thing as the law of nature. Every single law that there is that has ever existed is a law by man for men, encompassed by men and developed by men and
Not really.
deployed
and,
and
Not really.
yes, of course,
and Gabriel,
Not
I
of
really.
also
course,
think,
No.
I
Not
also
I'm
really.
just
think, wait,
saying,
can I just say
100%. You
something?
Within the
having to
law.
drink
Within the
water,
law of
you're
nature.
having to drink water and you having to eat is not a law. That's not a law. That's just what you need to do to survive.
I know, but there's
A law is saying if
no.
my ankle is broken, I need someone else on the in my tribe to go get some water. That's a law.
Yeah,
And you cannot exist in this experience, in this reality, without those laws. And as soon
No,
as
but
you accept that you
and
cannot
talking
exist
about the law.
Gabriel,
without those laws,
Gabriel, wait,
you
wait,
need to
wait,
come up with a system.
and I also,
I'm
And
talking
the
about the
system,
wait,
the
laws
I
of
want to
Garden
say
of
nature.
Eden
something. I want
Talking
to
system
say
doesn't
about
something.
work.
Wait, I want to say
winter,
something. Gabriel,
summer, winter, fall,
no,
spring,
I also
this
want to
kind
say
of things,
something.
and the cycles of life,
You can't
But
say,
that's those laws.
everything has a
but
cycle.
Those
wait,
laws aren't human
but
laws,
wait,
and they don't apply to
you
humans.
can't.
Exactly.
I'm
That's
just
what
saying
I'm
that
saying. But
even if
you
you
have to
wanna, can I
you
just
have
say
to live
something?
within that. You have
Even
to
if you
live
wanna
within
take
that
that
No,
to
you're
that
that's a
system,
system.
that
That's a
cycle.
system, but that's not a law.
Exactly.
That's a system.
But they're governed by is a system governed by laws.
yeah, but can I
Yes,
just say
but they're not
something?
our laws.
If
They're
you
not
want
our
to take
laws.
that, if
So
you want to take that
you need
system to
to
the extreme,
you need,
if you want to take that system to the extreme, you can look at the Native Americans before the West came into the states, and they were governed by the laws of what you say nature, because they worked through the seasons, they
yes,
hunted,
But they
but
they
I
weren't.
hunted.
also
They
but
weren't.
Well, no, but
They
what I'm
weren't.
just saying,
Even
what
they
I'm just trying
weren't.
to say, what I'm just trying to say is that they would all kill each other anyway. Like, if you live in
Exactly.
this society that is without governance, you're just
Yeah,
going to get killed by a tribe that's stronger than you.
Exactly.
That
yes,
if
but
they didn't
exactly,
get, if they didn't hunt
but
something that month and you did, they're just going to come kill you for what you hunted. So
Exactly.
I understand. I
it's
understand.
not
But
and
even that
also,
you've created a
Gabriel,
fairy tale,
I
it's
want
that
to
you've
say,
created something that is, it's like, you might
yeah,
as well say that you want a society where everyone's a billionaire and can do whatever they
but
want because
no,
it's that
but no,
unrealistic.
but
exactly.
I also no, but I also find that kind of silly in the sense that that because you're looking at it from your perspective, you already put yourself on the I had a better experience than them.
No, no,
My
no, no,
experience
no.
is better
But you can't
because
wait.
No,
But wait,
maybe maybe
the
maybe
point I'm trying to
maybe
make
because
is,
you're valuing
Gabriel,
it because
Gabriel, you can't
I can
come.
buy food whenever I
Espérate,
want
you
to buy
can't
food.
come and
I
you
can
can't
go
tell
to the
Miguel.
supermarket whenever I want
No,
Espérate,
but
to
espérate.
go buy
But
food.
wait, but
dude,
wait,
by definition, by definition and categorization, this is the best system we've ever had.
But wait, exactly. You can't come and
Because you can go
you can't
into a
tell Miguel
supermarket
that
and buy food.
you can't
Because
wait.
you can go and you can
You
start
can't
drawing
come and you
tomorrow
can't
if
tell
you want.
Miguel that his system is trash and then come up with a system that doesn't even
No, I'm
exist
not.
and it can't even exist in
Exactly.
any like you, that doesn't even make
Exactly.
sense.
Exactly. And then
No,
I
say
can't
and then
come
saying,
and I
no, I
can't wait
can't.
wait
Paul
espérate.
Pox.
You're a
No,
chef. You're a chef. You
no.
can't
What's the
come and
guy's
you
name?
can't tell someone's recipe is shit and then give them a recipe that has imaginary ingredients that don't even exist in planet Earth.
No,
That
but
doesn't even make
it's
sense,
but
bro.
no,
Like, oh no, your
no, but
recipe is shit. I'm gonna
Alex.
give you a better recipe, and you give me ingredients that don't exist.
Okay, but let's is historically, let's go again. That system did exist.
Yeah, and it was
That
trash, and
system did,
it got
and it
crushed by a better
no,
system.
it no, and
Yeah,
it
the
worked. It
indigenous
worked until
people were
somebody
with that
fucked up.
system, and then
No,
No, I'm not talking about. No, wait. I'm not talking about
and
indigenous
anyways,
people. I'm
I
talking
wouldn't want to
about
live
Adam
in
and
a
Eve.
hut. I prefer to
No,
live with a house, with a
no.
roof, with a
I'm talking
fridge,
about
with
Adam and Eve,
food.
bro. I'm talking about Adam and Eve. I'm talking about Adam and Eve, which are historical characters,
Well, but in
but
and
that,
which
what
are
but
what you're forgetting to omit from that story and that analogy is the difference that Adam and Eve didn't have consciousness.
exactly, they didn't.
They weren't conscious beings.
They weren't abiding by the same rules.
mm,
They were
I
without
They
think
didn't
they
sin.
were
even know
conscious.
they didn't even know they were naked.
Exactly,
I think they
Miguel,
were
your
conscious.
camera.
They were very
Well,
conscious.
they were
Miguel, your
conscious in a
camera got.
sense, but they didn't have human
Yeah, I need to fix
consciousness.
this thing here.
They ate of the fruit of knowledge, but that
Exactly.
knowledge
And
isn't like the
and
knowledge of it.
and
Basically,
I can't say your system is shit, and I don't need to have an answer to it. Why not?
but you're
Your
saying that
system
the best
system is
system that we
shit.
can have is the system of Adam and Eve, and we fucked it up. But what I'm trying to say is that in that the only way that system would even work is if you have people that don't have the knowledge of their own consciousness, because the fruit of knowledge is the conscious human being coming into life, being
Exactly.
seeing your partner and saying, "Oh, we're both naked, we're embarrassed." Now we know kind of that spark is what is gonna take us out of the garden and then make me kill my old brother, if you want to go biblically with it. But
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
saying,
yeah.
like, even within the only thing that corrupted that system wasn't humans. It was, in the biblical story, Satan coming in and corrupting and doing that. But
Mm.
before that, they weren't conscious beings, so they weren't human in the like thinking sense. So this system, even if you wanted to implement it as it were in the creation, you would need to remove consciousness from humans, which
Yeah,
I
I don't know
believe
what.
will happen.
I
Which I
don't
believe
know.
will happen anyway. Like if you want to talk about like heaven or eternity,
Yeah,
right? If you want to
yeah.
talk about in the Christian sense, heaven and eternity is the removal of the conscious being of humans. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah.
Because the only way you can go worship God for eternity is if you're not, you know, it's not going to be like they can't make me worship God for eternity because my consciousness, it will be a clean slate.
Well,
You won't,
I understand what
you know
you
what I
mean.
mean?
I understand. I'm not, and again, I'm not saying that I have all the answers. I'm just saying, okay, in the
Dude, but
beginning,
the thing is, if you read, if for anyone who's watching and is listening to you speak, if you read what you thought your utopia was, it's 100% Pol
no,
Pot,
Miguel, I disagree with you.
Cambodia.
Stop, stop, stop
Literally,
that.
literally.
No,
If
no,
you
no, no,
read
no.
everything that they wanted to do, it was take people back to the Garden of Evil, Garden of Eden. Sorry.
No, 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 no.
Well, actually, it
Okay, I'm
became the
saying that.
Garden of
No,
Evil
I'm saying
because
that for me.
literally,
No, I'm saying that for me. I'm not saying that as I want to
yeah,
build a
and that's
system
what
for
he
this.
said for
I'm
him. That's
talking.
what he said
No,
for
I'm
himself.
talking.
Oh, I'm just saying that for me. I'm just saying that for me. For me, I think my reign as Pol Pot is to have everyone be in the Garden of Evil. Oh, how do we do this? Oh, okay,
but
we kick everyone out from the
I have
cities.
a question
Oh,
now.
listen,
For
I don't
Miguel,
We
I
wait,
force
don't care.
everyone to
Okay,
be
you can
farmers.
wait.
Miguel, you can
Come
compare me
on.
with Papa or whatever. You can do whatever. I
But
don't care.
that
I
no,
still
what
don't
I'm
care.
Can I
saying is that the
can I
theology,
I
what
don't
you were
care.
saying
I
as
don't
your
care,
utopia was
bro.
exactly what they tried to do
I
okay,
don't
in
care,
Cambodia.
especially coming from you. I don't care. I
Miguel,
don't
I
care.
have a
Whatever you
question.
What do you
say
mean,
is it
especially coming from you?
it
What's that
it
supposed to mean?
it doesn't mean anything to me. It doesn't mean anything to me because my mind is already set. The way that I
Your
think is
mind has
already
already said that you're Pol Pot's fanboy.
Okay, it's a funny
No,
joke, but
no, but
Okay.
I
but
just
still,
think that ultimately you would say like you want to be transcended into the spiritual
no,
realm, which
no.
we all
I
want to.
yes,
You know,
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. But again, I'm 100% against the government. I'm 100%
But
against
that
any
has nothing
government.
to do with
I'm
what we
one.
were
Wait, let
arguing.
me
That's
finish.
my
I'm
point.
100% against technology. I'm 100% against technology. Again, I'm 100% against technology, and that doesn't make me a Pol Pot fan or whatever.
Yeah,
That's
because
just
Pol Pot was
that's
100%
that,
against
And also,
technology.
wait.
but
I
that
think our
doesn't mean that
He
viewers are. I
viewed
think our
technology as
wait,
being a bad thing.
Gabriel. I also think our viewers are
I
gonna find
view
it
technology
ironic
as a
that
bad
you're
thing.
100% against
So that's what I
technology, and
mean.
you
So
have
you know.
earphones, an Apple Watch.
So
You
what?
benefit from
Who
all
are you?
the.
So what? I don't
So
care.
okay. So okay. So okay. So
You're
okay.
like
So
the Messiah or somebody that you have all the truth and everything, and we all have to bow down to you and follow you and whatever you say.
no.
I need to so I need to change. I need to change how I feel about the world because I
No,
look
No,
at
dude.
Pop
But
Up.
the
no,
thing
I
is,
no.
don't care.
if
I
I
don't
walk
care.
into, if I
That
walk
doesn't
into
make
a
me. It
kitchen,
doesn't
if
make
I
me a
walk
mass.
into a
It
kitchen
doesn't
and
make
I
me a
say,
mass murderer.
"Who's the baker here?" and there's a guy full of flour all over himself. He's full of flour, and he says, "It's not me. It's
Again,
not me."
again,
He's the
but
cook. He's the guy making.
again,
He's the guy
again,
baking the cakes. You know what I
again.
But
mean?
I
So
don't
you can't.
care.
You
but
can.
I
can
really.
I just say, wouldn't we all agree like that we don't like the government and we don't like,
yes.
you know,
Well, if we
but
have to,
but
I mean, that's
but
besides the
I don't
point.
understand. I
Like,
find it quite insulting. I quite find quite insulting that I'm saying that I'm against the government when Paul Pot, the first thing that he did was implement government.
no, he
So
didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
he
All the
had
can I just say,
bureaucracy, all
organization,
the politicians, he
can I
got
just
rid of
say,
them.
can I
He
just
got
say,
rid of the
but
government.
I don't even know who Paul
he
Pot is.
I don't know who Paul Pot
he
is.
created his own government. He created
What's
his
that?
own government.
We don't know who
I
He
Paul
don't
Pot
No,
even
he
know
created
who
his
didn't.
own
Paul Pot
government.
is.
No, he didn't create his own government. He had
Yes, he
laws.
created.
No, no, he didn't. They didn't have a KGB style government. They didn't have police. Dude, they literally did exactly what you said.
No,
They
that's not
killed
true.
Wait, but
all
That's
the
not true.
who
That's
is
in
not true.
this?
Cambodia. Research it in Cambodia. This guy took over with Gabriel's theology, literally
Again.
100% word for word,
Well,
and they
okay,
said
okay.
we're gonna turn Cambodia
It's for
into the
okay,
Garden of Eden.
okay.
That's what he said,
Again,
and they killed all the professors and all the doctors and all the technology. They literally took the country back to the Middle Ages, and they did not have a police, and they did not have mayors and politicians. They didn't. They killed all of them. What they
bro,
did is they had
that was a Western experiment, bro. That was a Western experiment.
Okay.
What
So
happened in
every
I
Cambodia
have
single
a
time.
against
question.
Then it's
bro,
a Western
bro,
experiment. Oh my
bro, but
goodness
that's the truth.
me,
I have a
For what?
question then.
Jesus!
It
That was the
probably
truth.
was though.
It's
It
the
could
truth.
have been, but it doesn't take away the fact that it's exactly what he was defining as
No.
his ultimate utopia.
But
So
Gabriel,
No,
wait.
obviously,
I also
I'm
don't
not
you find that
defining anything as an
don't you
ultimate
find that
utopia, bro.
Gabriel, don't you find that ironic
dude,
that you
you know
say
we can rewind
espérate,
this.
espérate, don't you find that ironic that you say you're 100% against technology and all this, but you have like an Apple phone, like you have like the
But
earphones
bro, that's
latest.
the same. It's the same. I've heard this a
No,
thousand
because
times.
you can still
It's
hate
fucking
it. Like
ridiculous. Every time I hear it, it's like your brain doesn't work in the sense that
I
it's a
agree with Gabriel on that
it's a,
one, just
it's a
because, yeah,
circular
yeah.
it's
exactly.
a fucking circular
Just
argument.
because you have a
It's
technology,
like
you can
saying
still hate something.
yes,
I guess.
it's
Yeah.
like saying it's
I think the fact that you say you hate it is probably doesn't help you. It doesn't help fight your argument. You could
I
say I
don't care,
despise it,
bro.
or you could
It's
say,
I'm not
I think it's had a negative impact on society
no
or whatever. But to say you
no
hate is a
no I'm
strong
not
word.
Miguel, I have a
I
question
don't
now.
care. I'm
You
not
said
gonna abide. It's you keep on trying to mold. You keep on trying to mold, and you keep on trying to say this is acceptable and this is not acceptable, and don't behave like this and don't behave like that. Stop it. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Stop it.
It's not like there's a like yeah, it's true. It's not
Famous
like
thing that means.
you sound like Paul Pot. You can't go there, or you can't
I
do
have a
this, or you
question to
can't say
Miguel
that.
then.
No, but I don't think we're saying that you can't. You can go wherever you want on
No,
Yeah,
this.
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
I don't think
criticizing
anyone's
your
saying that.
ideas, man. I'm not saying that you can't have them. I'm just criticizing them
Miguel, you don't think
because to me,
you said the system nowadays is